Hello. I will be going over a few tips that I've learned throughout my experimentation with this style of slit weaving clothing. This is something that I made for a few people and even own for myself. I have this outfit. It's like a staple in my brand. Let me show you what I've learned. I'm going to do a design in the center. I'm going to make the slits into shape a form of a diamond. It's accent shape that makes the design pop a little bit. You're going to be starting by making a small incision. Once I have made my design, I will start by stretching out the fabric just to give you more room for weaving. And I think it just looks a little nicer and smoother. So when you're doing this, my tip would be to don't pull on the fabric too hard. I've definitely been in a rush where I was just stretching them out, trying to get it done, and it will just kind of rip the cut. It'll like extend the cut further because it will rip. Is that you do want to start with this small hole typically because it just looks a lot cleaner. Unless you're doing a specific type of design. See how I'm like going down to the next level. Or you can braid things upwards. So I'm going to be doing both of those styles in this outfit. So for this diamond, I'm going to be braiding it downwards. If you start from this big hole, you can see there's like a giant gap there. It just doesn't look great. So that's why I started off with this small hole, because that is something that just looks really nice in a downwards braid. When you're doing a design top to bottom, most typically you want to have a small incision at the top so your fabric will pull down nicely. On occasions, you can just have a big cut and work your way from there. I'm gonna kind of show you one of those instances where you don't need to have a small incision be your first step. I'm just gonna do a big incision and work my way from there. A design like this that I'm making, it's incredibly important to have symmetry. Not all designs need symmetry, but this one does. Instance where I have ended the cut in a wide cut. There's no tiny hole to fasten it onto because I'm going to be starting from the bottom and working my way up. If you look at the top, there is a little tiny hole for me to be fastening the design, starting from the bottom, and it's going to be ending here, and I'll fasten the glass cut at the top of the suit. First thing, and weave. This is one of the basic weaves I had shown in one of my tutorials, but just going upward. Another tip I would say that I would give you is that when there is a seam down the side of the legging or the outfit you are cutting, do not cut through the seam. Each section, I have 2 sections, and the seam I did not cut through. Because if you cut through the seam, it will probably unravel the entire seam. So just make sure you're being mindful and getting seamless leggings, or where the seam is only on the inner thigh and not on the outer, because that can be really helpful with your doing leggings or something that has a long pant. You don't really want a seam in the center of where you are able to make your design. Those were some quick and easy tips that I could really just come up with off the top of my head, and I am enjoying sharing my thoughts and my learnings on this because it is fun, creative, artistic, and pretty much anybody can do this with a pair of scissors, with or without a mannequin. So it's super accessible. and it's fun for anyone. So I hope you learned something from this video and are able to use it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe or like or comment and share this video with anybody who would maybe be interested in cut and weaving clothing. And I will show you the finished product of this bodysuit. I'm going to finish it now.